Alright, hello everyone, my name is Zach, and welcome to another live stream of Elder Scrolls Oblivion, my 1% playthrough. Today, we're gonna open up with making a spell. So, let's see. For health, going to be target self. Good magnitude 100. Duration 3 seconds. Actually, hold on. What does my spell do? 20 points on self for 2 seconds. I need to look this up. Okay. For maximum magic efficiency when crafting a healing spell in Oblivion, spreading healing over time instead of making a spell with high magnitude for instant registration. Combine a moderate magnitude as 20 to 15 HP with 2 to 5 seconds duration. Okay. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. I still don't have enough. Okay, well, we'll keep this on the back burner for now. Hey, Purple Chicken. My days are going pretty well. Unfortunately, I don't have a high enough restoration skill to craft a better healing spell for me. So, unfortunately, I have to put a hold on this for now. Okay, so now I'm actually gonna go back to Leyawind because we're gonna do some exploration. But first, we're gonna level up. Let me test my audio real quick. Yesterday, my microphone audio was glitching for like the first 23 minutes. So I just need to make sure my microphone is working properly. Working great. Let's see, where was the... I think the,
I'm only asking for a single coin.
think the place is over here. There's Spire's Guild. Let's go and sleep here.
Hi there.
And this is not the sleeping quarters.
May you walk on water. Hello.
This is not the sleeping quarters either. Gotta be a bed in this house, or this building somewhere. It's gonna find
Help
it.
you, sister.
There you are. You were saying level 14. Today you wake up full of energy and ideas, and you know somehow that overnight everything has changed. What a difference a day makes. So we're gonna be putting some more points into strength, get that almost maxed out. Let's go ahead and put some more points in. Actually, we're gonna level up willpower. And let's boost speed. Okay, let's go. Off to do some inspiration.
How are you?
Hi there.
Hey. Okay, so the first place we're going to be going to is about here.
Hello. Ah, how quaint. How do you do?
There is a ruins over there. I want to call it a Radiant Ruins, but that's a completely different game. Alien Ruins is what they're called. Telepe.
Hello? Who's there?
Okay, let's go in.
There.
Oh, there's more. I heard someone. I don't know where they are.
Arms! To arms! Die, cur!
Hey, metal dragon's bow. That's interesting. I'll take that. I don't think dragon items are a thing in this game. I think the highest rarity you can get is Daedric gear. But it does look like a unique weapon.
What's that?
Am I supposed to be impressed? You're pathetic! Warming up, you pathetic world! Oh, what's the matter? Is the baby going to cry? Today you die!
Regenerating my stamina.
I fought mud crabs more fearsome.
Why is my health glitching out? It's so weird. Black bow, that's also unique, I guess. I'm not gonna take that though. Because I don't want to get over encumbered. Another black bow. Ad break is starting in 10 minutes. Anything else here? No? What was that? Hey, I'll take that. Let's save the game here. Come on. I hate the lot picking in this game. I'm probably gonna be doing the Thieves Guild quest after we finish with the Dark Brotherhood. After we finish with the Mages Guild and the Fires Guild, and after we progress the main story a bit, because I'm ready to do the main story after we finish the Fires Guild and the Mages Guild. When you complete the Thieves Guild in this game, you actually get the skeleton key as an unlockable item. Which is kind of funny because in Skyrim, you can get the skeleton key, but you have to turn it in because it's quote unquote too powerful to be held in human hands. Or like, mortal hands, I should say. Which I thought was just really kind of stupid because it's literally something you unlock in the game previous in Oblivion, but you have to like give it away to Daedric Prince when you finish the Nightingale questline in Skyrim. Most players that I talked to that actually purposely didn't finish the Thieves Guild storyline so they can just use the skeleton key for the entire game. Oh my fucking god, I hate the lockpicking in this game. There we go. Got one lockpick to replace like the 20 that I broke. This is not it. Oh, I know this is it. This is not it. What's the point of having a locked area? There's nothing here. There's gotta be something more here. Maybe this is part of the quest line? If so, that's like very disappointing. Unless it's part of a quest line. I really, really doubt that that's gonna be it for that, this dungeon. There's supposedly there's supposed to be a standing stone nearby called a Shazar stone. I'm trying to find that. Is this it? No star shrine upon. Oh, so we need to wait until nighttime? Hero's fate is known when the hero's fame has grown. So we may be able to do something with that when we get some more fame. Okay, that's good to know. Probably will not remember that, to be honest. Must be a town over there. Greyland. You can see it on the compass. Actually, you may not be able to see it because my hot wheel, my top bar may be blocking it. It's Greyland. Outbreak is starting in 3 minutes. This will be the last bit of exploration we do before we progress to that fire skill quest line. Forsaken Mine. Outbreak is going to be starting in like close to a minute now. I knew there was gonna be a chest here. Oh, there's something walking up behind me. I'm actually gonna wait here because the outbreak is gonna be starting in 30 seconds. I don't want to be too wrapped up in the chest lot picking thing to and miss the outbreak. So I'm actually gonna do what I did last stream, where I'm going to be right back more prematurely, and I'll be back when the outbreak is over. Okay, outbreak is over. I did that way too soon. How am I already almost level 14? Is it 14 or 15? Whichever, I almost got a level up already. Enemies are nearby. Oh, I didn't fully explore this place. Okay, let's see here. Get the fucking shit out of me, rat. I'm kind of getting cross-eyed here. I don't know if I'm just tired or something, but I'm having a hard time seeing this game because my eyes are just not working properly. It's getting so hard for my eyes to focus right now. Oh, fuck, you scared the shit out of me. Okay, we need to repair our armor. What is my repair hammer at now? And I'm at 10. May need to get some more soon. Luckily, we're going to be going to a place where we duplicated our repair hammers at the beginning, and we still have a bunch in our chest. I'm gonna explore this place. This looks like it's going to be a place that has chests, but I guess not. Keep going. I'm kind of glad that this game doesn't have like giant frostbite spiders that Skyrim did. Those spiders in Skyrim were just so realistic looking, they were just unsettling. In fact, pretty much one of the first mods that was made for the special edition was an arachnophobe mod. People that are afraid of spiders and kind of hate fighting them in Skyrim. Basically turns spiders into bears. I personally thought the spiders were very cool looking. Like, they just look so realistic. Like giant tarantulas. This is a very complex dungeon. My parallel's already about to break and I just repaired it. Like, I am ready to level up now. Okay, that loops back to where I was. It's actually dropped down. And this is a dead end apart from a chest. I think we fully explored this place unless there's another path that I didn't see, but I think we got everything. Yeah, let's just go. Now that's exploring now, let's do some side quests. Place is cleared as far as I'm concerned. Actually, let's go. Actually, hold on. Is this where? Does this lead to that big area? It does. Okay, so we already explored that. What's this? I'm kind of getting paranoid whenever I fight rats because rats can actually give me diseases. So whenever I fight a bunch of rats, I'm always kind of tempted to check my active effects, make sure I haven't contracted disease. And we did some exploring. Let's go back to Anvil. Forgot I'm out of coffee. It's at level 15. Today you suddenly realize the life you've been living, the punishment your body has taken. There are limits to what the body can do, and perhaps you have reached them. You wonder what it's like to grow old. Well, now you know. Go ahead and max out strength. We will increase our intelligence. We'll go ahead and boost agility. Strength does not max out.
Hello.
How are you today?
Fantastic.
Oh, Zon isn't here. Let's go find him.
Greetings to you.
Well met.
Maybe he's on the first floor?
Hail and welcome, friend. Hail.
Oh, there's Zon.
A pleasure to speak with you. Good to see you looking for more work. There's certainly more to be done. I need you to help Alante of Alinor.
Who's Alante of Alinor?
Alante is a scholar interested in researching Deidre worship. Meet her in Brittlerock Cave. Help her find the shrine and keep her safe.
Daedric Shrine?
That's what Alante is studying. Make sure she's safe while she does it. Go protect Alante. She's doing...
Okay, Alante is over there. It's gonna fast travel to the brain across and we'll make our way over to Brittlerock Cave. Athletics mastery increase. Why jog when you can sprint has always been your motto. Now the miles of running and hours of swimming have paid off. You're a journeyman of athletics. Sprinting now consumes slightly less fatigue. That's nice.
Oh, you must be from the Fighters Guild. Excellent. I'm looking forward to our investigation. Fascinating subject, these Deidre. Yes, let's investigate. And keep on your toes.
Just testing my audio.
I am Alante of Alinor. Stay close, please.
He's not marked as an immortal thing, so I think that she can die.
down!
Are you fucking kidding me? Since you can't survive on your own, I'm just gonna go to clear this place out before I talk to you. And check to see if dumbass is still around and safe. Yeah, I'm just not gonna talk to her until I clear this place out because I just can't trust her to just not be dumb. You have a Tremora longsword. It's not a Daedra thing. I think that's more of a unique item. I will take that. Actually, no, that weighs 45 pounds. I'm not gonna take that. It's tempting though. There's 13. It does the same amount of damage as mine. I'll drop it. Oh, hold on. Did I pass the chest? I did. Oh, I looted it. I forgot. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go back to the area where we kind of had split paths because I think that the area, the way I'm going down right now is like the way to progress. I think that's why this lady was going down the path where there's like a Dremora soldier. I'm gonna go down this way because I think it might lead to a dead end. This looks like where She would kind of go, what's this? I already did that. Yeah, so I was right there. Where the fuck am I going? I was right, that was, that did lead to a dead end, so. Go back this way. Outbreak is starting in 3 minutes, 20 seconds. This is a data shrine.
That's okay.
Okay, it's gonna repair now. Okay, let's see here. Come on. Outbreak is starting in 10 seconds. I'm just gonna go into be right back mode here. Okay, we are back. We're trying to get this stupid lockpicking thing done. There you go. And now I think that the quest will end once I lead her down here. So I am going to put in a save, and then I'm going to backtrack up to her. And if enemies spawn and she still gets herself killed because she is a fucking dumbass and doesn't let a fucking warrior go in front of her and fight the enemies, And she's a fucking dumbass, and I'm gonna have to reload the save just to kind of keep her alive because she is just has the fucking brain of a rock. In fact, I think rocks would be smarter than her at this point.
Yes. I am a... Stay close, please.
Don't get yourself killed, please. Dumbass. Literally clear out this entire dungeon for you. At least this first level, and I swear to God, if you want to go to the area beyond this, I'm gonna be pissed. Can you walk any slower? Find the dead bodies, lady. That's my handiwork in action. Yeah, we're almost at the shrine now.
Excellent. A fine example of a Daedric shrine. Sorry for the trouble getting here. Let's keep moving.
Oh, we're not done? You want to go further? Okay, no. I'm not going further with you before I scout out the further thing, because you are a fucking dumbass. You're gonna get yourself killed. I hope that that would be the end of that dungeon, of that quest. Yeah, see, if she just came this way, that Flame Master Knight would have killed her. That does it for this area. What's this? Chest large and has 7 gold in it. That's disappointing. Okay, we should be getting close to finishing exploring this dungeon, to be honest. I thought this was something I could dive into for a chest or something. Let's keep going. That goes to the that's not it. This cannot be it. I guess that is. So let's go back to that lady and lead her down to the dungeon. I'm actually gonna save here again in case she dies again. Because enemies respawn. Even though I don't think they will. Not really how this game works, but you never know. Game might be stupid. I've been shocked by the game's stupidity before. But this place is cleared out as far as I'm concerned.
Oh, yes. I am. Stay close, please.
And now we have to follow Slowpoke Rodriguez to the dungeon again. Again, like, I'm referencing Looney Tunes when I say Slowpoke Rodriguez. Slowpoke Rodriguez is the cousin of Speedy Gonzalez. It's just that's the character that I like to reference when I'm counting slow characters in games. So, I'm not trying to be racist when I call this person Slowpoke Rodriguez. It's just a name of a character that I like to reference. I have to make that disclaimer every single time I make that reference. Because I know someone's going to take that out of context and think I'm just being like racist against Mexican people. Because there's like a stereotype for Mexican people where they're like really slow and sleepy, but that's not what I was going for. Although Slowpoke Rodriguez is a clear reference to that stereotype. But that wasn't what I was implying. I was mainly referencing the character. I haven't watched Looney Tunes in a while. I wonder if they still make they probably still have like a newer version of that cartoon out, like maybe like on Cartoon Network or something. The last time I watched that show, back when I still watched cartoons, they had like a Looney Tunes cartoon where like all the characters are like babies. I think it's like Baby Looney Tunes or something like that. It's like the last thing that I saw of Looney Tunes. I don't know if they still make content for that. I think they made a new Space Jam recently. I haven't watched it yet. Space Jam 1 was just iconic.
Excellent. I think I'll study this shrine a bit longer. You can make your way out here. I thank you again for your help. Please take this as a token of my thanks. A fine study to add to my research. I thank you for your help. I appreciate. Thanks again.
Gonna go out this way. That was an annoying quest. I had a weird series of dreams a few nights ago. I don't know if I talked about this in a recent stream. I've been repeating commentary, but like recently, I have frequent issues with sleep paralysis, and for those aware, like it's like a sleeping disorder where you can't move, you can't talk, you can't like scream for help. But like if you do manage to get words out, it just comes out as like a coarse whisper. And
there.
this
Good morning.
I have frequent issues with what's called
How are you
the old
today?
hag syndrome. And what the old hag syndrome is it's like a phenomenon that has
greetings.
been at least been around since the
How
Middle
goes it?
Ages. There's been a long history of the old hag syndrome. And back in the Middle Ages, like people used to believe that it was like a sign of a demonic attack. Or like a witch just kind of reaching out to you, because like the thing used to appear as an old crone that's causing you harm. But for me, the old hag syndrome manifests as a type of demon that attacks me when I'm essentially paralyzed in my bed, unable to move. And a couple of nights ago, I had such a hard time sleeping that I got like back to back to back like 5 different instances of sleep paralysis where I got attacked by 3 demons, 3 different demons. And I got, at one point, like, the wall of my bedroom got sucked out, and I was being pulled into hell. And it was just so weird, so crazy, that as soon as that happened, I just got up, moved around a bit, was just trying to like, reset my mind and just try to go back to sleep. I've never had sleep paralysis, instant sleep paralysis, where I got like 5 instances of that back to back to back. Like as soon as one instance I get pulled out of like one sleep paralysis, I immediately get pulled into another instance of sleep paralysis. I've never had that happen before, and it was just so freaking crazy.
Good day.
I freaking hate sleep paralysis so much. Like it's just when I want to sleep, that often comes up.
You finished? Excellent. Good work, guildmate. Here's your payment for the contract. I don't have anything for anyone in your rank. Check with Burrs Grokash in Shadenhall. He might have something. Take care.
Shadenhall is next. I'm actually gonna go next door to the Mages Guild.
Please, go ahead.
What's new with you?
I understand date.
I'm gonna go next door to the Mages Guild to get some my duplicated repair hammers because I'm almost out. Hey, Shadenhall is next. Getting a bunch of texts right now. Just hold on. My dad introduced me to this girl he met like through his work thing, and I'm starting to see some red flags again. And I'm not really sure if those red flags are like mean anything right now, but she just kind of presents like another red flag. Okay, let's see. Fighter skills where? Over there.
What can I do for you, meat? Need something to do?
Yes, contract.
I've got something for you. Could be tough. There are some escaped fugitives for you to find, meat.
Prison break.
Some real hard cases got out of the Breville prison. Been terrorizing the locals ever since. The watch is useless, so we step in. Get to it. Apparently, there are 3 or 4 of them. Real nasty from what I hear. You take care of them. Maybe you'll get lucky and they'll surrender. Get to hunting, meat.
Didn't really give me an objective like where to go. Guess we need to talk to a guard. Get information from him.
What seems to be the problem? You two.
I said Breville. Breville, not Shaddenhall. Where's Breville? There it is.
What seems to be the problem? I'm not talking about them, not to you. All right. Bye.
Go and save real quick.
Duty called. All right.
It likes admire. Boast.
Well done. Really now? Let's just talk. Get away from me. I wish I could say that. What a wonderful compliment. Let's just talk. Ugh, that's foul. Well done. No, you do me. Is that so? You're revolting. goodness, what remarkable. Get away from... Is that so? All right, I get it.
Is that enough?
Sure, I know about them. Look, you didn't hear it from me, but rumor is they're hiding out in Bloodmayne Cave. 4 of them. Bad news. Wish I had more to...
Okay, let's go to Bloodmayne Cave.
Bye.
Over there. Outbreak is starting in 50 seconds. Let's just head over there for right now, and we'll go into ad break in 40 seconds, I guess. We're almost there. Ad break. Okay, we are back. Let's see here.
You've made a big mistake. You've made a big mistake.
It's gonna heal up.
This is none of your business.
Okay, Ulfgar is dead. I'm just gonna look up this quest real quick. I thought we were supposed to take them alive. And I just killed that guy. Oh, it is kill. Okay, okay. From Bergsgrove Cash's explanation, it said maybe some of them will surrender. So I thought I was supposed to take them alive. Okay. Good to know. I'm turned around here. Okay, he's over there. Okay. I go this way. I fucking hate lockpicking in this game. It fucking sucks. Oh my fucking god. Thank you. Jesus Christ, man. Oh god, lockpicking sucks in this game. Okay, we are... It's a dead end. Got some gold out of it. Back.
Well, well, look who we've got here.
Found and killed Ashanta. Need an elven helmet. I'm trying to keep an eye out for. I hope I didn't miss it. I did realize I keep on forgetting that I don't have an elven helmet. I just have a steel helm. Oh god, but do I want to go back to that first guy I killed? If you had an open home? No. I don't really care that much.
You've made a big mistake. You've made a big mistake. You've made a big mistake.
In a wall?
You shouldn't have come for us.
I go this way. Hey, big boy.
This is none of your business.
Oh, your helmet looks interesting. You have a mithril helmet. Okay, so there's nothing cool. Here, bow. That's a glass bow. What's my bow do again? Bow I have equipped. It's a dwarven bow, so glass is probably better. Dwarven is probably better, I should say, not glass. I thought that was an ebony bow for a second. Okay, it's in that big area up ahead. Go that way. There's a chest here. I can go that way.
This is none of your business! This is none of your...
Didn't even have any armor. Dude, he literally just has civilian clothes. Gonna go back this way just so we can mark out the map. Never know, there might be a chest here. Hey, look at this. And that looks like it leads to a dead end. I have a sneaking suspicion that there's gonna be a chest on the other side. Yes, indeed. 40 gold. I was right to trust my instincts. Yeah, let's get talk to Briscoe Cash and complete this contract.
You've got a contract to take. Took care of all of them, did you? And you're still alive. Fantastic. You're full of surprises. Here's your payment. Good work. You've been doing a good job, and under a lot of scrutiny. I've been authorized to promote you to the rank of Guardian. Good work.
Awesome.
Farewell.
Okay, we reached Guardian rank. How many ranks do I have left? Dark Brotherhood. Arena. Thieves Guild. Mages Guild. Champion is next. Oh my god, we're almost done with this? Oh no, there's also Master. Wait, no, I think... We're almost done with this. We're approaching the end. Holy shit. That's cool. Unfortunately, I think we're just about out of time. Like, I really only have like 10 minutes left in this stream. But I'm planning on wrapping things up. I am going to be recording something for YouTube only. So I'm just going to go into fast travel to Anvil. But next time we stream, I'm going to be doing some exploration in the Shaded Hall area. And then we're going to be doing the Mage Skill stuff before going back to the Fires Guild. Yeah, I cannot believe we're almost done with the Fires Guild. I have never completed a faction quest line in Oblivion before. Like, I stopped playing like maybe like a couple ranks into Fires Guild and Mage Guild. Or not really a couple ranks into Mage Guild because I can't really get ranks until you join the university, but I did manage to get a couple recommendations in the Mage Guild. But I didn't really get that far. Okay, so if you are remotely in WC today, all the games I cover on my channel will be played for 100% completion. I'm going to be streaming Scrolls of Oblivion yet again on Saturdays, 1 p.m. 5 Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be streaming Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced 4% completion on Fridays, 1 p.m. 5 Pacific Standard Time. And I'm going to be streaming Saints Row 2 4% completion on Sundays, 1 p.m. 5 Pacific Standard Time. My Mars Workshop stream, which is usually from Tuesdays and Thursdays, 1 p.m. to 5, but it's currently on hiatus. I was going to be checking my emails after the stream to see if those people got back in touch with me. If they haven't, I'm going to send them another email, trying to get in contact with them again. But that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. And thank you for watching Purple Chicken. Alright, hello everyone, my name is Zach, and welcome to our first post-stream session we've done in a while, where we're going to be reading all of the try and read all of the journal entries, all the lore entries, I should say. I should make one thing perfectly clear. In all likelihood, there will be some books I miss. It's a big game, there's a lot of lore, but I'm going to try and get through them all. Before we get things started, though, I'll put in my can of lemonade. Go ahead and get started with the book that we read, we got today, Morningstar Volume 1. It's a skill book. Mornhold, Morrowind, all Malexia lay in her bed of fur, dreaming not until the sun burned through her window, infusing the light wood and fresh colors of her chamber in a milky glow as she opened her eyes. It was quiet and serene, a stunning reverse of the flavor of her dream, so full of blood and celebration. For a few moments she simply stared at the ceiling, trying to sort through her visions. In the courtyard of her palace was a boiling pool which steamed in the coolness of the winter morning. At the wave of her hand it cleared, and she saw the face and form of her lover Vivek in a study to the north. She did not want to speak right away. He looked so handsome in his dark red robes, writing his poetry as he did every morning. Vivek, she said, and he raised his head in a smile, looking at her face across the thousands of miles. I've seen a vision at the end of the war. After 80 years, I don't think anyone can imagine an end, said Vivek with a smile. But he grew serious, trusting all Malexia's prophecies. Who will win, Morrowind or the Cyrodiilic Empire? Without Sotha, Sil, and Morrowind, we will lose, she replied. My intelligence tells me the Empire will strike us to the north in early springtime. By first seed at the latest, could he go to Artaeum and convince him to return? I'll leave today, she said simply. For Morningstar 2920, Gideon Blackmarsh. The Empress paced around her cell. Winter's had gave her wasteful energy, while in the summer she would merely sit by her window and be grateful for each breath of stale swamp when it came to cool her. Across the room, her unfinished tapestry of a dance at the Imperial Court seemed to mock her. She ripped it from its frame, tearing the pieces apart as they drifted to the floor. Then she laughed at her own useless gesture of defiance. She would have plenty of time to repair it and craft 100 more. The Emperor had locked her up in Castle Giovest 7 years ago, and would likely keep her here until he or she died. With a sigh, she pulled the cord to call her knight Zook. He appeared at the door within minutes, fully uniformed as befitted an Imperial Guard. Most of the native Kothringi tribesmen in Blackmarsh would prefer to go about naked, but Zook had taken a positive delight to fashion. His silver, reflected skin was scarcely visible, only on his face, neck, and hands. Your Imperial Highness, he said with a bow. Zook, said Empress Talbot, on board. Let's discuss methods of assassinating my husband today. 14 Morningstar 2920, the Imperial City, Cyrodiil. The chimes proclaiming Southwind's prayer echoed through the wide boulevards and gardens of the Imperial City, calling all their temples. The Emperor Raymond III always attended service at the Temple of the One, while his son and heir Prince Juliek found it more political to attend a service at a different temple for each religious holiday. This year was the Cathedral Benevolence of Mara. Mara is the goddess of love, I believe, in the Elder Scrolls universe. The benevolence and services were mercifully short, but it was not until well after noon that the Emperor was able to return to the palace. By then, the arena combatants were impatiently waiting for the start of the ceremony. The crowd is far less restless as the potentate Residue Shai had arranged for a demonstration from a troupe of Khajiit acrobats. Your religion is so much more convenient than mine, said the Emperor to his potentate by way of an apology. What is the first game? A one-on-one battle between two able warriors, said the potentate. His scaly skins catching the sun as he rose, aren't befitting their culture. Sounds good, said the Emperor and clapped his hand. Let this sport commence. As soon as he saw the two warriors enter the arena to the war of the crowd, Emperor Rima III remembered that he had agreed to this several months before and forgotten about it. One combatant was a potentate son, Savarian Korek, a glistening ivory yellow eel gripping his katana and a wakizashi with his thin, deceptively weak-looking arms. The other was the Emperor's son, Prince Juliek, in ebony armor with a savage orcish helm, shield, and longsword at his side. This will be fascinating to watch, said Potentate, a wide grin across his narrow face. I don't know if I've ever seen a Citadel fight on an Akavir like this. Usually it's an army against an army. At least we can settle which philosophy is better, to create armor to combat swords as your people wish to do, or to create swords to combat armor as mine do. No one in the crowd except for a few scattered Akavir counselors, and the potentate himself wanted Salvarian Korak to win, but there was a collective intake of breath at the sight of his graceful movements. His sword seemed to be a part of him, a tail coming from his arms to master one behind him. It was a trick of counterbalance, giving the young serpent man to roll up into a circle and spin into the center of the ring in a defensive position. The prince had to plod forward the less impressive traditional way. As they sprung at each other, the crowd bellowed with delight. The Akavir was like a moon in orbit around the prince, effortlessly springing over his shoulder to attempt to blow from behind. But the prince whirled around quickly to block it with his shield. His counter-strike met only air as his foe fell flat to the ground and slithered between his legs, tripping him. The prince fell to the ground with a resounding crash. Metal and air melted together as Severian Korak rained strike after strike upon the prince, who blocked every one with a shield. We don't have shields in our culture, murmured Versidue Shai to the Emperor. It seems strange to my boy, I imagine. In our country, if you don't want to get hit, you move out of the way. When Severian Korak was rearing back to begin another series of blinding attacks, the prince kicked at his tail, sending him falling back momentarily. In an instant, he had rebounded, but the prince was also back on his feet. The two circled one another until the snake man spun forward, katana extended. The prince saw his foe's plan and blocked the katana with his longsword and the wakizashi with his shield. His short punching blade impaled itself in the metal, and Severian Korak was thrown off balance. The prince's long blade slashed across the Akavir's chest, and when the stunned, sudden, intense pain caused him to drop both of his weapons. In a moment, it was over. Severian Korak was prostrate in the dust with the prince's longsword at his throat. The game's over, shouted the Empire, barely heard over the applause from the stadium. The prince grinned his helped Severian Korak up and over to a healer. The Emperor clapped his potentate on the back, feeling relieved. He had not realized when the fight had begun how little chance he had given his son a victory. "You will make a fine warrior," said Versidue Shai, "and a great emperor. Just remember," laughed the Emperor, "you Akaviri have a lot of showing moves, but if just one of your strikes comes through, it's all over for you." "Oh, I'll remember that," nodded the potentate. Freeman thought about that comment for the rest of the games and had trouble fully enjoying himself. Could the potentates be another enemy, just as the Empress had turned out to be? The matter would bear watching. 21 Morningstar, 2920 Mournhold, Morrowind. "Why don't you wear that green gown I gave you?" asked the Duke of Mournhold, watching the young maiden put on her clothes. "It doesn't fit," smiled Tirala. "And you know I like red." "It doesn't fit because you're getting fat," laughed the Duke, pulling her down on the bed, kissing her breast and the pouch of her stomach. She laughed at the tickles, but pulled herself up, wrapping her red robe around her. "I'm round like a woman should be. Will I see you tomorrow?" "No," said the Duke. "I must entertain Vivek tomorrow, and the next day the Duke of Ebonheart is coming. You know, I never really appreciated Almalexia and her political skills until she left." "It's the same with me," said Montreala. "You will only appreciate me when I'm gone." "That's not true at all," snorted the Duke. "I appreciate you now." Tirala allowed the Duke one last kiss before she was out the door. She kept thinking about what he said. Would he appreciate her more or less when he knew that she was getting fat because she was carrying his child? Would he appreciate her enough to marry her? The year continues in Sunstone. there anything else we have in our inventory? Red Darkest Darkness, right? I think we did, but if I haven't, the book is... Actually, my camera is blocking it. I think I did read this. I think it was one of the first books I've read, because I got that a while ago. But you can probably find the text of that book online somewhere. Yeah, let's go and look. Oh, that was for a blade skill. Oh, that's cool. I think the Doors to Oblivion we haven't read. I was going to read this. When thou enterest into Oblivion, Oblivion entereth into thee. Tyrol Lar. The greatest mage you ever led was my master, Morgan Zenith. You have heard of him as the author of the book on Oblivion. The standard attacks were all on matters of Daedric. Despite many entreaties over the years, he refused to update his classic book with his new discoveries and theories because he found that the more one delves into these realms, the less certain one is. He did not want conjecture, he wanted facts. For decades before and after the publication of On Oblivion, Zenith compiled a vast personal library on the subject of Oblivion, the home of the Daedra. He divided his time between the research and personal magical growth on the assumption that should he succeed in finding a way into the dangerous world beyond and behind ours, he would need much power to wander its dark paths. 12 years before Zenith began the journey he had prepared his life to make, he hired me as an assistant. I possessed the 3 attributes he required for the position. I was young and eager to help without question. I could read any book once and memorize its contents, and despite my youth, I was already a master of conjuration. Zenith too was a master of conjuration, indeed a master at all the known and unknown schools. But I did not want to rely on his ability alone in the most perilous of his research. In an underground vault, he summoned Daedra to interview them on their native land, and for that he needed another conjurer to make certain they came, were bound, and were sent away again without incident. I will never forget that vault, nor for its look, which was plain and unadorned, but for what you couldn't see. There were scents that lingered long after the summoned creature had left, flowers and sulfur, sex and decay, power and madness. They haunt me still to this very day. Conjuration for the layman unacquainted with its workings, caster's mind with that of the summoned. It is a tenuous link meant only to lure, hold, and dismiss, but in the hands of the master, it can be much stronger. The Sigix and Dwemer can, in the Dwemer's case, perhaps I should say could, connect with the minds of others and converse miles apart, a skill that is sometimes called telepathy. Over the course of my employment, Zenith and I developed such a link between one another. It was accidental, result of 2 powerful conjurers working closely together, but we decided that it would be invaluable should we succeed in traveling to Oblivion. Since the denizens of that land could be touched even by the skills of an amateur conjurer, it was possible we could continue to communicate while he was there so I could record his discoveries. The doors to Oblivion, to use Morian Zenith's phrase, are not easily found, and we exhausted many possibilities before we found one where we held the key. The Sigix of Artaeum have a place called the Dreaming Cave, where it is said one can enter into the Daedric realms and return. Lachesis, Sothotsel, Nemati, and many others have been recorded as using this means, but despite many entreaties to the order, we were denied its use. Solaris, the leader of the order, has told us it has been sealed off for the safety of all. We had hoped of using the ruins of the Bowspire to access Oblivion. The Weregate still stands, though the old proving grounds of the Imperial Battle Mages itself was shattered some years ago in Yagharthorn's time. Sadly, after an exhaustive search through the detritus, we had to conclude that when it was destroyed, all access to the realms beyond the Soul Cairn, the Shade Perilous, and the Havoc Wellhead had been broken. It was probably for the good, but frustrated our goal. The reader may have heard of other doors, and he may be assured we attempted to find them all. Some are pure legend, or at any rate not traceable based on the information left behind. There are references and lores to Marik's Abyss, Purrington Mirror, the Matillion Crux, the Cross as a mouth, a riddle of an alchemical formula called Jacinth, the Rising Sun, and many other places and objects are said to be doors but we could not find. Some exist but cannot be entered safely. The whirlpool in the Abyssinian, called the Maelstrom of Ball, can make ships disappear. It may be a portal into oblivion, but the trauma of riding its waters will surely slay any who tried. Likewise, we did not consider it worth the risk to leave from the Pillar of Thros, a 1,000-foot tall spiral of coral, though we witnessed the sacrifices of Slodes made there. Some victims were killed by the falls, but some indeed seemed to vanish before being dashed on the rocks. Since the Slow did not seem certain why some were taken and some died, we did not favor the odds of the plunge. The simplest and most maddeningly complex way to go to oblivion was simply to cease to be here and begin to be there. Throughout history, there are examples of mages who seem to travel to the realms beyond ours seemingly at will. Many of these voyagers are long dead, if they ever existed, but we were able to find one still living. In the Tower of Zofferbell Bay on the island of Vardenfell in the province of Morrowind, there exists a very old, very reclusive wizard named Davaith Fur. He was not easy to reach, and he was reluctant to share with Morian Xanis the secret door to oblivion. Fortunately, my master's knowledge of the lore impressed I think it's actually pronounced Fire, and he taught him the way. I would be breaking my promise to Xenos and Fire to explain the procedure here, and I would not divulge it even if I could. If there is dangerous knowledge to be had, that is it. But I do not reveal too much to say that Fire's scheme relied on exploiting a series of portals to various realms created by Tavani Wizard, while missing and presumed dead. Against the disadvantage of this limited number of access points, we weighed the relative reliability and security of passage and considered ourselves fortunate in our informant. Morian Xenos then left this world to begin his exploration. I stayed at the library to transcribe his information and help him with any research he needed. Thus he whispered to me on the first day of his voyage. Despite the inherent weariness of the world, I could hear his excitement in his voice, echoing his mind. I can see from one end of the world to the other in a million shades of gray. There is no sky or ground or air, only particles floating, falling, whirling about me. I must levitate and breathe by magical means. Xenos explored the nebulous land for some time, encountering vaporous creatures and palaces of smoke, though he never met the prince, and we concluded that he was in Ash Pit, that would be home to Malakath, where English betrayal and broken promises like ash fill the bitter air. The sky is on fire, I heard him say as he moved on to the next realm. The ground is sludge but traversable. I see blackened ruins all around me, like the war was fought here in the distant past. The air is freezing, I cast balloons of warmth all around me, but it still feels like daggers of ice stabbing me in all directions. This was Cold Harbor, where Melek Bal was prince. It appeared to Xenos as if it were a future Nirn, under the king of rape, desolate and barren, filled with suffering. I could hear Morian Xenos weep at the images he saw, and shiver at the sight of the Imperial Palace, splattered with blood and excrement. Too much beauty Xenos grasped, but when he went to the next realm, I am half blind. I see flowers and waterfalls, majestic trees, a city of silver, but it's all a blur. The colors run like water. It's raining now, and the wind smells like perfume. This surely is Moon Shadow, where Azura dwells. Xenos was right, and astonishingly he even had audience with the Queen of Dusk and Dawn in her warrior's palace. He listened to his tale with a smile and told him of the coming of the Nebavarine. My master found Moonshadow so lovely he wished to stay there, half blind forever, but he knew he must move on to complete his journey of discovery. I am in a storm, he told me as he entered the next realm. He described the landscape with dark twisted trees, howling spirits, and billowing mist. I thought he might have entered the Deadlands of Mayrin's Dagon, but then he said quickly, "No, I'm no longer in a forest. There was a flash of lightning, and now I'm on a ship. The mast is scattered. The crew is slaughtered. Something is coming through the waves. Oh God, wait, now I'm in a dank dungeon in a cell." It was not in the Deadlands, but Quagmire, the nightmare realm of Vermina. Every few minutes there was a flash of lightning and reality shifted, always to something more horrible and horrifying. A dark castle one minute, a den of ravening beasts the next, a moonlit swamp, a coffin where he was buried alive. Fear got the better of my master, and he quickly passed to the next realm. I heard him laugh. I feel like I'm home now. Morian Xenos described to me an endless library, shelves stretching on in every direction, stacks upon top of stacks. Pages floated on a mystical wind that he could not feel. Every book had a black cover with no title. He could see no one but felt the presence of ghosts roaming through the stacks, rifling through books, ever searching. It was Apocrypha, the home of Hermaeus Mora, where all forbidden knowledge could be found. I felt a shudder in my mind, but I could not tell if it was my master's or mine. Morgan Zenith never traveled to another realm that I know of. Throughout his visits to the first four realms, my master spoke to me constantly. Upon entering the Apocrypha, it became quieter, as he was lured into the world of research and study, the passions that controlled his heart while unlearned. I would frantically try to call to him, but he closed his mind to me. Then he would whisper, "This cannot be. No one would guess the truth. I must learn more. I see the world, a last illusion shimmer, is crumbling all around us." I would cry back to him, begging him to tell me what was happening, what he was seeing, what he was learning. I even tried to use conjuration to summon him as if he were a danger himself, but he refused to leave. Morgan Zenith was lost. I last received a whisper from him 6 months ago. Before then, it had been 5 years, and 3 before that. His thoughts were no longer intelligible in any language. Perhaps he is still in Apocrypha, lost but happy, and a trapper refused to leave. Perhaps he slipped between the stacks and passed into the madness of Shel Gorath, losing his sanity forever. I would save him if I could. I would silence his whispers if I could. That's kind of depressing. Did I read a manual of spellcraft? I think I did. You already read the biography of Aaron Zion in previous thing. What's this? Oh, it's a heal spell. I won't take that because I might be stealing. Fundamentals Alchemy, I think, is new. Often overlooked by aspiring mages, alchemy is a time-honored, rewarding discipline that can change the lives of those who master it. It is difficult and often dangerous. To advance one's knowledge of the materials used in alchemical formulas, the continued study and hard work will in the end reward the alchemist greatly. Before success can be achieved or even attempted, the beginning alchemist must understand the basic principles behind his craft. Many items in our world, mostly organic in nature, can be broken down into more fundamental essences with magical properties. The more skilled the alchemist, the more property. That is a typo. The more properties of an ingredient that can be harnessed. Combining the essences of 2 or more ingredients can result in the creation of a potion, which anyone may then drink. Legend has it that a truly great alchemist can brew potions from a single ingredient, a feat well beyond the capabilities of most. I wonder if that's something you can do with max level alchemy. The alchemist's potion can have several effects depending on the ingredients used, and not all effects are beneficial. In many cases, recipes result in the potion with a mix of positive and negative effects. It's up to the alchemist to determine which recipes yield the best result. It's worth noting that potions can be used to have only negative effects and can be used as poisons. This practice is not recommended by the author, and thus this text shall not discuss such potions further. Wardcraft. Wardcraft is in fact amateur alchemy. Eating an ingredient requires grinding it against the teeth, which occasionally releases its simplest essence and results in a fleeting effect on the eater. Wardcraft never has a strong result as a potion created using the proper tools. An alchemist's tools. The mortar and pestle is the alchemist's most important and essential tool. Without it, no ingredient can be correctly prepared for use in a potion. The budding alchemist is advised to keep a mortar and pestle on hand at all times to become comfortable with its use early on. The simple grinding of an ingredient is the most fundamental step in brewing potions. When properly ground, the petals of the redwort flower yield a powder that can, when mixed correctly with another ingredient such as ginseng, create a potion to cure poisons. This is one formula that many alchemists are quick to learn and retain, as mistakes in potion mixing often requires use. The advanced alchemist has other tools at his disposal to improve the quality of his potions. A retort can be employed to purify the mixture, improving the positive effects of a potion. Washing the mixture through an alembic helps to distill the potion, reducing any negative effects, and a calcinator can be used to burn away impurities in the mixture, increasing the potency of all of the potion's effects. While these apparatus are not necessary to create potions, it is advised that they be used whenever possible. Ingredient combination of potions only good as its ingredients. Only those with identical effects may be combined to make a potion. Up to 4 ingredients may be successfully used in a single potion. As the alchemist gains skill in preparing ingredients, new properties may be discovered and can be used in creating potions. While this can be an exciting time expanding the alchemist's repertoire, he should take care to check carefully which effects the potion will contain when he is done brewing. Many established recipes may have new results, and not all of which are beneficial. This is going to be the last book I read for today, Varieties of Daedra by Renea Drethen, Healer and Dissident Priest. There's a little chance of our ever understanding of the various orders of Daedra and the relationships of the Daedra lords and the dominions, other varieties of Daedra that appear in our world, and the varieties of their relationships with their fellows and their Daedra patrons. There is no end. In one place in time, they are seen to be this, and in another place in time, they are seen to be the opposite. And in another place in time, they are seen to be both this and that, completely contradictory terms. What Daedra serves as prince, what Daedra gives orders, and what Daedra serves, and in what hierarchy, and under what circumstances. What Daedra exists in fellowship with one another, and what Daedra have eternal enmity to one another, and what Daedra are solitary or social, and what by turns solitary or social. There are no limits to the varieties of behaviors that may be observed, and in one place they may be this, and in another place they may be that. And all rules describing them are always found to be contradictory and an exception to others. Further, from whom we may seek answers to our questions about these orders. From mortals who know little but what they may observe of another world. From the gods who speak of riddles, of enigmas, or active mysteries, and who keep things from us, the better to preserve their dominion over us. From the Daedra themselves, who are never the models of straightforwardness or truth-telling, but rather are famous for mistreatments and obfuscations. And even were the Daedra to speak the truth, how can we know if they know themselves, or that there is any truth about them that is to be known? Or are all arrangements between the Daedra protean and ever subject to change? In short, what is to be known is little, what is to be trusted is nothing. These things being said, I shall venture to relate what I observed and heard of the relationships of the servants of Lord Dagon, my brief service to the Talbani wizard Devaith Fire when I sought him out and offered to bring peace to the victims of Corpus in the sanitarium, once the prophecies of the Incarnate had been fulfilled, and Dagon's earth had been destroyed, and the blight had been banished from the island of Vardenfell forever. Devaith told me that he, by choice, trafficked only with 2 Daedra powers, Beirut Dagon and Azura. Azura, he said, knew and understood all things and declined to speak of these things or only spoke in riddles. Beirut Dagon, on the other hand, out of pride, fixity of purpose, and a predictable lack of subtlety and thought, knew nothing and understood nothing, was inclined to speak freely and without falsehood. The very first of the Dagon's chief servants, the Dromora, were like him in pride, fixed purpose, and lack of subtlety, with the addition of the peculiar traits of honor and loyalty, both within their class and within their relationship to Lord Dagon. And David first said that Fire said that the Dromora were ordered into clans and castes. These clans and castes were well fixed. Individual Dromora may rise or fall in ranks or move back and forth among clans, but only when regulated by complex oaths and only at the will and pleasure of their Lord Dagon. The Dromora referred to themselves as a kind, the people, contrasting themselves to the other Daedra, whom they would consider unthinking animals. The term kindness refers to a member of the Dromora race, he of the kind. The least of kind caste are the churls, the undistinguished rabble of the lowest rank of Dromora. Churls are obsequious to superiors, but ferociously cruel to humans and other Daedra. Next in rank are the caitiffs, the creatures of uncalculating zeal, energy without discrimination. Caitiffs are used as irregulars in the faction war to the Daedra and as berserkers and shock troops, undisciplined and unreliable, but eager and willing. The highest of the regular rank and file of Dromora troops are the kind vols, warrior knights who have distinguished themselves in battle and shown their deliberate steadiness of potential war leaders. Above the rank and file warriors of the churl, caitiff, and kind vol caste are the officer caste. A kind reeve is a clan sheriff or clan officer. Primaries are typically associated either with a clan fighting unit or an administrative office in the order of battle. The Kind Marcher is a lord and high officer of a Daedric citadel or outpost or gate. A Kind Marcher's command is usually associated with both of the unit with the fief and with the fief, a location or territory for which he is responsible. Above the Kind Marcher is the Marquinaz or Grand Duke. Of Marquinaz is a Lord of Lords and member of the Marquine, Mehrunes Dagon's Council of Lords. The highest rank in the Mor is a Valkinaz or Prince. The Warrior Duke is a member of the Valkine, Mehrunes Dagon Personal Guard. Valkinaz are rarely encountered on Tamriel. Normally they remain by Mehrunes Dagon's side or serve as commanders of operations of particular importance or interest in Dagon. A variety of other Daedra encountered while serve and Devace fires Corpusarium, Orgrim and Golden Saints, Daedras and Winged Twilight Scamps and Clanfear. There's much that might be said, but little that's helpful or reliable. I did note, however, that when Devace Fire sought a Daedra of a character like Unto the Dremora, but of greater power and greater inclination, for independence initiative, or solely as a mastery summon, the Vilai, who are like the Dremora in personality and temperament, except that they hate subordination and are liable to disloyalty and betrayal, but they feel they have not been treated with the proper deference and respect. The feral beasts like Daedra, like the Clanfear and the Daedroth, appear in the service of many different Daedra powers, and may represent common creatures existing like wild animals in the wilderness of Oblivion. Other savage, semi-intelligent creatures like Scamps and Spider Daedra may also be found in the realms of various Daedra lords. The case of the elemental astronauts, on the other hand, is less certain. Flame and frost astronauts, for example, appear to be highly intelligent, but not all varieties of elemental astronauts seem to be social or to have the power of speech. The Evade Fire preferred not to summon or deal with these creatures, but a little experience with them and showed no inclination to speculate upon their nature. I learned very little about them during my time at Hellfire. Okay, so we are actually kind of getting close to kind of reading and pretty much everything here. I think we just have... I think we read Mexican Attacks over here, did we? No. Yeah, so I think we have Mexican Tactics, and a lot of these books are duplicates. So we're actually kind of getting close to finishing the library in this area. That's going to do it for today. My throat is sore. I need to take a break, and I will see you all next time.